Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patrick Fazio. We interrupt programming for breaking news. The Jackson County Prosecutor's Office is holding a news conference right now on Thursday's arrest in the area's string of highway shootings. Let's listen in.
I'm Captain Ty Grant with Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. To my right is Major Scott Lyons of the Lee Summit Police Department. Deputy Chief Bob Muntz of the Blue Springs Police Department. Sergeant Bill Law with the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Special Agent Special Agent in Charge Mike Cast of the FBI. Special Agent in Charge Greg Gant of ATF. Mayor Sly James, Kansas City, Missouri. Jackson County Prosecuting Attorney Gene Peters Baker. Chief Darrell Forte, Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. Deputy Chief Troy Rettig, Leawood, Kansas Police Department, and Chief Charlie Eisman of the Grandview, Missouri Police Department. Chief Forte will start this with some words, followed by Prosecuting Attorney Gene Peters Baker and the Mayor. Following that, we will open the floor up to questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Grant. I'll go back to where this first started, or we first started putting things together, and that's on April 3rd. That was on a Thursday at our information review, information sharing meeting. We had an analyst that connected 4 cases that happened in the Kansas City area and 3 others outside the Kansas City area. Captain Lindeman brought that to some people's attention. They started looking at cases throughout the metro area. That Monday, the 7th, we had our first formal briefing. And of course, you know, yesterday, we apprehended who we think might be the suspect involved in this. So within 10 days of our first formal briefing, we had someone in custody. And it's not because just the people you see here is people outside of here. And I'll say a little bit about that here a little later on. And again, the quick, successful apprehension is a result of cooperation, collaboration, and to me, the support from the community. That's important. And we can have all the resources and those sorts of things, but without that piece from the community, we'd be nowhere. And that's in a lot of things that we do. I want to say thank you, and I'll say thank you to a lot of people because I really, truly feel that I need to. The FBI, the ATF, our federal partners, we work with them on a regular basis. When you look at the SACs in charge of both of those organizations, Mike Katz, Greg Gant of ATF, we talked regularly. This is what wasn't something that, you know, I had to meet them when this happened. When you talk about the collaboration and cooperation, that was already there from the beginning. We didn't call it a task force. I know the media called it a task force. We did not call it a task force because we do things on a daily basis together. We just got together on this one. So we never called it a task force. Other people did. The Jackson County Prosecutor's Office was at the table from day one. Even before we had a table, they were talking to us before we set it up. So again, just so many people. Missouri State Highway Patrol, I think the first day we had our first briefing, they probably had 9 people from Missouri State Highway Patrol. That's how serious it was to them. Leawood PD, Grandview PD, Blue Springs Police Department, Lee Summit Police Department, the Crime Commission, and outstanding members of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. I can't say enough about them, again, because if they didn't put that together, the analysts didn't put that together through the Law Enforcement Resource Center, we probably wouldn't be here today. But they paid attention, and oftentimes in the media, people talk about we're not doing a whole lot, but it's a new day in Kansas City for us. We don't talk about everything that we're doing. We're just going to be about it. We're not going to come out and talk about every single thing we're doing. We're just going to do it. We're going to be like the federal partners. We're going to be like the military. We'll talk about it when we get the results if we need to talk about it then. But we're not going to come out and talk about it and have all the press conferences beforehand and then have no results in 6 months. We'll talk to you when we need to. Talk about I can't say enough about our mayor, and I'm not just saying it because he's here. I can't say enough about him. He supported us from day one. I talked to him. I couldn't give him a lot of detail. But he supported, encouraged all of us there. I talk to him on a regular basis. And in many cities, we have a problem. When you talk to my peers around the country, we have this problem where people want to get out in front of the camera. People want to call a press conference to tell everybody what we're doing. And I just thank God for our mayor and the support from that. I don't want that to go unnoticed because it means a lot to me and members of the police department. Our lead detectives on this case, Don McCamish and Blake Grove, I can't say enough about them. And these people didn't get a lot of sleep. They were dedicated, and again, that's why I saw it within 10 days. We had over 100 leads that we followed, and they continue to come in. And I want to thank the media, too. That's a huge piece of it. The responsible reporting from the media, that's huge. You didn't put a lot of things out there that caused a lot of disruption. So I appreciate that, because it could have turned bad any given day. And some of you all had information, and you tried to verify it. We wouldn't tell you a whole lot, but you still didn't put anything out there. You still didn't hint anything, and it could have really made this case not be like it is today. So thank you to the media. I don't say that a whole lot, and I appreciate the media, but thank you all, because you didn't try to make a story, and I don't want that to go unnoticed. And again, we've had a long-standing partnership with the FBI, and in this piece, they were at the table and they said, how much money do you all need for tips? Right away, first, second day, what do you all need for tips? And that's so important. And early on in the investigation process, we decided that we would closely control the release of information, regardless of the pressure, to do what was in the best interest of the entire community. We wanted to say some things about a few things, but as we thought about it, we decided not to. And again, it worked out well. And most importantly, we wanted to ensure the safety of our entire community. This is the ongoing investigation. I won't give you a lot of detail about anything, because we want to continue what we started with, not giving out a lot of information, and specifically not anything that will jeopardize the investigation. Now I'll give you the prosecutor, Jean Peters Baker. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am so pleased to be here. So pleased that tonight might be a good night's sleep. It's been a few nights without that for so many of us. Before I came over here today, I had an opportunity to speak with one of the victims in this case, and he really put this in the right framework for me. I told him today is such a good day. I'm so pleased to be able to announce charges against a defendant for these horrible acts. But he reminded me that not only is today a good day, but the day he got shot was a good day. He reminded me that that bullet that struck him when he was driving down the highway did not hit bone. It did not hit a major artery. And he's able to heal and move on with life and come in a courtroom and testify. So he's right. That was a good day, too. But let me really trumpet how great today is. Today, Mohammed Whitaker is charged as a criminal defendant in 18 felony charges. Those 18 felony charges include 9 separate incidents that occurred throughout the metro area. The victims in this case range residences. They are from throughout the metro area. This has impacted all of us. Each side of state line, each side of the river, it's been something that's been at the heart and thoughts of all of us since the day this case first broke. So of those 18 felony charges, 2 of them are A felonies. Those are the A felony charge for shooting into a motor vehicle and actually striking someone. There are 7 B felony charges, also for shooting into a motor vehicle. And then there are 9 separate counts of armed criminal action. I'm not too interested in talking about the details of this case. You will get the charging document, you will get the probable cause statement, and I will get a courtroom. And that is where, that's where I'm going to try this case. So this is still an ongoing investigation. It is certainly possible that additional charges will be added as we go along in this case. So I want you to remember that as we take some questions. Those questions are going to be limited because the integrity of this case is first and foremost in our minds.